We move to what was a memorable match, but we don't have the Great American Bash background. It is Bradshaw versus Eddie Guerrero. Bradshaw versus Eddie Guerrero. It is unquestionably a match that I've forgotten about. And these two are two guys that don't get seen nearly enough. But I mean, we've gone to Eddie before with Rey Mysterio, and redoing one of my favorite matches with Eddie and Rey at Halloween Havoc 1997. But Eddie's title reign. I mean, the highlight of Eddie's title reign, unquestionably, was his matches with JBL. The highlight of Eddie's title reign, with a close second being his match with Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 20. Sorry. No, yeah, WrestleMania 20. Excuse me. WrestleMania 19 was him, or no, WrestleMania 21 was him and Rey Mysterio. WrestleMania 20 was him and Kurt Angle. Because he had just won the belt. I mean, that's a perfect, that's a perfect first opponent, You win the title and then the first opponent you get is Kurt Angle. First challenger for the gold is Kurt Angle. JBL goes underneath. He's got a chair. The last time Bradshaw swung a chair at Eddie Guerrero, he hit him hard enough where Eddie lost almost all the. I mean, it's like he got. I mean, it's almost like Eddie got. What's the word? I mean, Bradshaw hit him hard enough where Eddie almost lost all the blood in his head. Bradshaw's got a table. Bradshaw's got a table. It's almost like I knew what he was pulling out before he did it. JBL blocks him. Wait, I don't believe I've ever seen that before. Honestly, I don't believe I've ever seen that before. Eddie reverses the powerbomb. Eddie reverses JBL's powerbomb, and JBL goes crashing to the floor, just missing the table. Somehow, someway, JBL just missed that table on the outside. Somehow, someway, JBL just missed the table on the outside. And now JBL is setting it up. He's setting up the table on the outside, next to the announcer's table. The one thing I remember is in the old games where you could run across the table, set them up next to the announcer's table, and drive them through the two tables at the same time. JBL gets kneed in the face by Eddie Guerrero. Eddie with a European uppercut, or maybe a forearm shiver. I can't really tell. Tighten up the hamstring and give him a Charlie horse, does Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets moved. Eddie moves out of the way as both men taste the barricade. JBL gets dropped with a I don't know why I was going to refer to it as an Eddie move, but it's a DDT. Overhead belly-to-belly throw by Eddie Guerrero on JBL. Russian knee lift by Eddie Guerrero takes down Bradshaw. Eddie is in firm control of this one. Eddie just took out, I don't know how they took out the leg of the table, but they took out the leg of the table. Eddie reverses Bradshaw, and Bradshaw goes down like a ton of bricks. I mean, taking a roundhouse to the sternum is kind of an easy way to go down like a ton of bricks, but that's just me. Eddie gets thrown aside. Bradshaw goes back into the ring. And he pulls out another table. Bradshaw pulled out another table, swings it right at the mush of Eddie. I don't know if he swung it at the head or the face. Head or the face. I don't know where he swung it at Eddie Guerrero, but I know he swung it at Eddie Guerrero. Eddie gets sent into the steps. And now Bradshaw's doing some lumber work. as Bradshaw sends the tables back into the ring. Eddie's gonna piss off Bradshaw, in my opinion. I mean, he'd piss me off if I'm bringing the table in the ring and I'm trying to do my best, and I just have the table knocked out of my hand. Bradshaw changes his mind. Or I thought he was going to change his mind. He did change his mind. He picked up the other table instead. You can't see my face, but I'm dumbfounded right now as to why Goldberg is making his presence felt in this no-holds-barred match, unless Eddie just told the guys in the state behind at Gorilla to play Goldberg, or in the production truck to play Goldberg's theme song at a random point during the match to distract JBL. I think that would distract anybody, let alone just JBL. And it looks like Eddie's trying to blind Bradshaw with, multiple shots to the eyes. Bradshaw's going back to the outside. Bradshaw's just emptying the arsenal of the ring of underneath the ring. Bradshaw's just emptying underneath the ring right now. Eddie gets sent to the outside. Bradshaw goes to the outside. And Bradshaw is so fixated. He is so fixated right now on maneuvering that table around. Maneuvering the table. He is so fixated on the table that he doesn't give two craps about anything else. He just wants to focus on that table. Stalling suplex-esque maneuver by Bradshaw. Nice textbook suplex, though. Bradshaw brings Eddie to the barricade. Bradshaw again gets avoided by Eddie Guerrero. Eddie. I don't know if that was going to be the Three Amigos or Eddie was just going for a suplex. Either way, Bradshaw reverses it. Bradshaw brings the lumber back down and back around. I'm not sure what Bradshaw was trying to do, but I think I know what he was trying to do. I think Bradshaw's trying to stack the tables. I don't know if that's still something you could do in the game, but I guess it's, there's no time like the present to find out. Or maybe he's trying to set up a poker table and play a little poker with Eddie Guerrero. Maybe he's trying to play a little poker with Guerrero, but I just want to point out now, it is a no-hold-barred matchup, and he hit the clothesline from hell. Bradshaw knocks him down with the clothesline from hell. That would have been the easiest way to keep Eddie down. But Bradshaw sends Eddie into the barricade. And he sends Eddie down like that. And then he drills the point home with a big boot right to the mush. I don't think, it used to give you an option for... It used to give you an option for that, and now that they don't, I'm going to wager a guess and say you can't stack two tables on top of each other in this game anymore. It's just something you can't do. Not really sure where Eddie's running to, but he did put JBL to the table. Eddie! And a power bomb, and the table explodes with the body of JBL going through it, and the table exploded into many, 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 many pieces. Many, 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 many pieces. Eddie uses the table that JBL spent a ton of time with against Bradshaw, and now Eddie gets a close 2 count. Bradshaw, he's got to answer to Guerrero. But Eddie gets peeled off the ropes. You know Bradshaw's gonna seek revenge. He wants revenge to Eddie Guerrero. He wants revenge against Guerrero. Eddie put him through the table. That is exactly what JBL wanted to do. But I just want to also point out, this is no holds barred. It is not falls count anywhere. The final fall must take place in the ring. It cannot take place anywhere else but inside the squared circle. So JBL could let the thing run. And, that would have been funny, but still, the final pinfall has to take place inside the ring. JBL with a minimalistic clothesline from hell. And a swinging neck breaker. That table, it's standing straight up. That table is standing straight up. I honestly don't think I've ever seen a table stand straight up. JBL just drops Eddie, look like maybe shoulder first or sternum first, across the barricade. And he sends Eddie into the announcer's table. That's the word. Announcer's table. And now he drapes Eddie's sternum first across and he busts open Eddie Guerrero. He busted open Eddie Guerrero. I'm not sure if Bradshaw wanted to put Eddie through the table or if he wanted to bust him open. But either way, he's inflicted damage on Eddie Guerrero. And now Eddie has got to fight back. Eddie has got to get the match back in his favor. Elbow strike right to the side of the head. Classic JBL right here. Fall away slam. You see it right on the side of the head of Guerrero. Right above the left eye, it looks like. Or it looks like to me it's right above the left eye. I could be wrong. Bradshaw nails the powerbomb this time. And Bradshaw is measuring Eddie in the corner. Clothesline from hell. And it beheads Eddie Guerrero. He beheaded Guerrero. Eddie kicked out. Somehow, some way, Eddie Guerrero kicked out. Bradshaw seems pissed off. Bradshaw seems frustrated. Eddie with the leg sweep. Bradshaw gets back up. Eddie goes to the top rope. You know what he was looking for. Eddie blocks the punch. Missile dropkick. JBL blocks Eddie. Short arm clothesline by JBL on Guerrero. Again, Eddie with the leg sweep. Eddie. Fisherman suplex by Guerrero. He doesn't go for a lateral press. I think it would have been a good lateral press. I think it would have been a good idea to go for a lateral press. Right hand. A forearm shiver knocks down Bradshaw. Eddie goes for the frog splash. JBL moves. Eddie went for the frogs. Tilt-a-whirl slam. Eddie recuperated. Eddie got Bradshaw. Bradshaw catches Guerrero again. Elbow strike. He strikes him with a freaking elbow. Big boot knocks down Guerrero. Guerrero again with a leg sweep. Whatever Bradshaw keeps going for there, he needs to stop. Honestly, he needs to stop because he keeps going for it. And he never gets it. Short arm clothesline. And now he's measuring him once again in the corner. Is Bradshaw. Bradshaw's looking for the clothesline from hell. Bradshaw is looking for the clothesline from hell. Bradshaw. He's measuring him in the opposite corner now. Bradshaw's measuring him in the opposite corner now, and he goes for it again. One too many times does Bradshaw go for the clothesline from hell, and Eddie reverses it the second time. The rubble of that table that Bradshaw went through earlier is still on the outside. Bradshaw again reverses. Bradshaw went for the clothesline from hell, missed wildly. Eddie landed on him with a big splash. Springboard big splash, that is. Bradshaw goes for the clothesline from hell again, misses wildly this time. Eddie ducked. Right to the cut. A big boot by Bradshaw. Bradshaw again. Power bomb. Again in the corner. Bradshaw's measuring Latino heat. Clothesline from hell. Bradshaw wants to do 2 at a time because he wants to make sure Guerrero is down for the count, and he gets him again with the clothesline from hell, turning him inside out and upside down, and this is right in the middle of the ring, so this has got to be it, and JBL gets the victory. What a hard-fought matchup, what a solid match, and what a great time to be a commentator. With that being said, and we will wrap this up now, I will see you in the next video.